Hey everybody, welcome to Go for Green Living Homestead. My name is Daniel. And today I want to talk to you about how many solar panels you need for your solar system. How do you figure that out? Exactly what do you do to figure that out? And so that's what's coming in the upcoming video, so I hope you stay tuned. And I want to point this out too. Please, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, because just hit that little red button. I have lots of exciting videos coming up. We have big projects coming that I know everybody's going to love. And hit the little bell so that you get notified when my videos come out. Alright, now, and please join us on other social media sites. I'm trying to get a little more active in those, so I could use all the advice I can get on that area. So, please, help me. Alright, now, how many solar panels do you need to run your house? Now, most people, they look at it and they say, I want to live exactly the way I'm living right now in my house, just like I am. I want to keep electric refrigerators, electric hot water heaters, electric stove, all that. They want to keep the exact same thing the way they're living, so they don't have any, don't have to change. So, okay, this is how you do that. Now, you look at your electricity bill, and on there, it'll say kilowatt hours used. Now, a kilowatt hour is 1,000 watts, and 1,000 watts in the sun for an hour. So you take like 4 of these panels, you put them in the sun for an hour, and that's a kilowatt hour. I mean, it's not really, this would be more than that, but I'm just giving you an example. If you had 250 watt panels, okay, how many kilowatt hours you used, you need to calculate by saying if you had 4 panels per 1,000, and you want to average. The modern calculations tell you to average for 8 hours. I mean, for 5 hours a day, peak sunlight and all this kind of stuff, which I say is kind of poppycock, kind of bull crap, because my panels produce the same amount of amps no matter whether the sun's over here or if it's over here. It's straight up and down, same thing. When it peaks out behind the cloud is when I produce the most power there is. It's kind of like a magnifying glass, and you can just watch the amps pumping in. So I think there's a lot of misinformation out there that we need to get past and to figure out on our own. So, if you don't want to change, figure out, 250 watt panels, say 4 of them in the sun for an hour, average at 5 hours a day, and then you would be producing 5 hours a day. I'm going to try to make this as simple as possible. If you during your month, you used 100 kilowatt hours during the month, and for 1,000 watts in the sun for an hour is a kilowatt hour. So if you used 1,000, you break it down to be 100. If you used 100 kilowatts, you break it down, and it's 25 kilowatt hours a week you need to produce, and it works out to 3.5 something a day that you needed to produce. Now, if you were using the math of 4 of these solar panels in the sun for an hour, you would need roughly about 15 panels to produce what you're producing now. So that's the math on figuring out what you're using now and how things would work out. That was just an easy way to round the numbers. I'm sure you're using a lot more, like 600 and something or 700 and something in an average house. So that way the solar system seemed overwhelming, out of reach, out of touch, because it's going to be $30,000-$40,000 to be able to do a system that size. What I'm saying is most of that's just a bunch of propaganda. And you don't need to listen to, you need to listen to some of it, you need to do your research, but I wouldn't lay too much heart into it, because I have figured out something about solar, and it's pretty incredible. I think you need as many solar panels as you can possibly live without other stuff. So I believe you only need as many solar panels as you can possibly deal with to have your comforts. Now I have 8. Now I used to have 6, and 6 was kind of rough. I'd get through the day and part of the night. Now I'd done something incredible. I put 2 battery banks on there and charging 2 different battery banks with my double charge controller which when this battery bank's full, it sends power to the other battery bank and charges it. But these other two panels on the end are charging that battery bank all the time. So all I do at nighttime is swap them over, and I need to get a transfer switch and just swap them over. And then I have enough power to make it for 24 hours in the stuff that I use, a refrigerator, a freezer, a computer, a TV, you know, everything, aquaponics. You know, I have the power that I need to be able to run all that stuff. So it's what you can deal with is how many solar panels you need. And with this way, you know, figuring out necessity is the mother of invention. Figuring out this, it's going to save somebody, you know, from a 10K system down to a 5K system. You know, or a 5K system down to a 2K system. You know, so it's just the something that I have figured out that they're not telling you, and you know, of course, only me is going to tell you that. But but anyway, y'all do your research on this and look at my system, the way it's working, and I'm living fine. I'm living comfortably. I'm not suffering. You know, before I added the extra battery bank, I would run out of fan in the middle of the night, and you know, so that's horrible. You know, when you're just laying there and like heat. You know, so, but now it don't work that way. Now it's actually the way it's supposed to be. I have power 24/7. You know, even in cloudy, rainy days, I have power 24/7. I always have another battery bank in backup, and I think that's the way things are going to go. I think that's the direction we need to head into. We need to do the research on it. We need to discover it, because simple people like me are just out there just trying to survive, and we're figuring things out and figuring out better ways to do things and a better way for you to approach your research that you're doing. All right, guys, I love you, and I'll catch you on the next video. Oni Obe Ocha means I love you Hebrew. Later, guys.